Hey guys, how's it going? Sometimes you can forget that you have pressed go live. I've got a few things going on over here, but happy to get started here with you guys today. You're watching live Vibe Coding with Will Melton. I'm Will Melton. This is a Channel RVA production, and today is Show and Tell Day. That's what I do when I go live on Mondays at 5:30. I go live on Saturdays at 1, on Sunday at 10 a.m., and 5:30 on Mondays. So right now, I am just going to pull up a little bit of some background music for you all to listen to and enjoy as we go. And I will just, for the sake of it, since it's show and tell day, I'll share my screen. If I can figure out how to do that. All right, here we go. And show you Channel RVA. I've been working on this quite a bit. I won't get too much into this because you probably have seen this if you've been watching, but I'd like RVA Art as my place to go and listen to some music.
You're tuned into Channel RVA, the media hub for independent creators. Subscribe at channelrva.com.
All right, that was my little plug. And we get to listen to a little bit of lo-fi here in the background. I'll keep that tab open, trying to keep us entertained as we go. So I have a lot of stuff open here. I got to get to someplace that makes some sense. Probably going to pull this out and close all of this and start over. Close it all. There we go. All right. So we got a lot going on today. I have been working on a lot of things, and I have been having a lot of fun. This, for instance, is one of the things that I have enjoyed, and I'm going to just put myself on Do Not Disturb really quickly. I should have done that before. Okay, a few things here. You can watch the news if you'd like to, and see those headlines floating through. Or if you don't want to see any disruption at all, you can turn that off and you've just got a nice little art player. You can also make some changes here. You can turn off the breaking alerts. You can shuffle the order of the art, turn off the progress bar, the weather, the clock, whatever you'd like. If you are using this on a computer, this is totally free, by the way. You can get back to the Channel RVA website by clicking here on the left, or you can get to the forecast by clicking here on the right. And I know that my mouse is going behind my computer camera here, but here you can see the QR code to support the artist is also a link to their website. So this whole program is all about connecting Richmond closer to Richmond. So we have locations of these. You can get directions. You can add it to your tour. Tour's another thing. I've shown you guys that before. But as I go through here, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a couple of updates on the things that I've been building because I have some work that I need to do. And so I keep typing lovable with an E, and that does not have one in the middle. Let's see. What do we want to work on? We'll take a look at a couple of things here. Hmm. What do I want to work on today? I'll work on this guy. Okay, so starting over here with Channel RVA, a lot of stuff has been built here. I've done a little bit more work on the uh, the admin side of things here. The editor's desk is flowing smoothly. We've got a little bit more wired up there. We've got a good standard established, and I have one little gap, and that is that these stories keep getting populated with no images, and I need to figure out how to overcome that problem. So we're going to do a little bit of something there. All right. And I'm just going to turn my volume down here a little bit. One of the challenges that we face is testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, something was going on there. All right. One of the problems that I have is that images are not getting appended to our stories that are being ingested from newswires. Obviously, we can't use any copyrighted images. We do have the opportunity to use some stock images, but that would not be connected to Richmond. We don't want to use any AI generated images because those tend to be pretty bad. So, what options do we have? Is there some possibility that we can source um, Creative Commons images that would be relevant to these stories and still able to connect us to Richmond? Let's come up with a plan. So sometimes I get stuck on things, and instead of asking AI for help, I just stay stuck on them. But today we'll let Lovable make a plan for us on how to solve that problem. And I'll show you a little bit about the editor's desk, which is pretty cool because we do also need to do a newsletter tomorrow. So I told you I had some work to do. We have the ability to pull stories down. We have several feeds that we have attached to that we like. And I forgot this is incoming submissions. So this comes from my correspondence, or if I decide to take something from the newswire and push it up into the story queue, I can do that. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but I need to refresh this. That button right there to do the job. So we'll let that refresh. Recently published. I already have selected. No, it looks like these were all yesterday's stories. So I'm going to check all those. Refresh that. Let's see what we have here. Supreme Court to hear expedited arguments on status for migrants. It's national news. That's relevant. So anyway, I'll turn my music back up here a little bit. I don't know if you guys could hear it when it was down on my computer or not. But let's see. I don't see any comments. I see one or two watchers up there. So if you have anything that you want to know or ask, please let me know. All right, so we are going to take a look at this plan over here because we want to keep coding as we go. I know I'm doing show and tell, but I do want to make sure we're moving along here. So wire story sources. Cool. All right, we're gonna rock with this. All right, so you guys probably watched me build Sound Rewrite, and that app has been this has been a ton of fun. So things that you might not know that exist here, if you watch me build this, the way that Sound Rewrite works is it is a place for you to finish your book. And so I'll take this sample book that I've written here for you guys to enjoy. I'll give that a little mute, and I think you can still hear it.
Ein eigener Channel für die besten Fans der Welt.
So that's exciting.
Mit Taylor Swift,
Hello,
Harry Styles,
I'm Harry.
Olivia Rodrigo, Tate.
There we go. Give that a little mute for a second there. So a couple of things that you'll see on this now is you can go to the full document editor so that you can actually read everything top to bottom. some formatting issues here, but in any event, for those who like a traditional editor, that is here for you. And then you can toggle back to the view that I built because this helps me to sort and to move things around. Um, but I'll take you through a couple of things. So I actually have been stuck on my book that I originally built this to build. And now it's important that you know that I also have a book coach who has helped me get through writing my book. And so I have 80,000 words written here. Some of this stuff is going to get cut out. I'll probably cut out 20,000 words or so from this before I'm done. But what is happening here is a few things. I can listen to my book, which is a big part of being able to edit. But one of the things that I really enjoy with this is the analysis component. And I did this earlier today, and I'm disappointed that the analysis did not save. I need to find out where that went because I don't want to lose it. But it's also possible that I was on the front end of the site. And but in any event, while we're here, let's go ahead and ask the question. I ran two AI analysis earlier today using the outline and the content review.
Tuned into channel RVA, the media hub for independent creators. Subscribe at channelrva.com.
All right, so the outline and the content review were both performed. I saw the information on screen. I could close out of the modal and come back to it and see it again. I've since navigated away from my project and I'm coming back into it, and I don't see anything in the outline or the content review. Were those things lost, or were they saved in the database and just not displaying anymore? Perhaps it's a little bit strange that they reside in a modal. All right. I got to get a Flickr API key. Okay, we'll come back to that later. So in any event, the AI analysis was really helpful because I've known that I've had some redundancies. I've been kind of writing the book in chunks, and I've been accidentally telling parts of the same stories throughout the different chapters. And so I've had to, I don't want to use AI to write this book. That's my biggest, barrier is that I really want this book to be me and my stories and um, the things that are in my head and not some manifested, you know, AI generated chronicle that has, I mean, I've read enough AI to know that it's going to assume things and insert information that's not true, even when I've given it all the information that I think is important. And so I found a workflow that helps me get my spoken word into the book, which this app solves that problem now because you can upload voice memos or paste transcripts directly into this, and it cleans it for you so that you're not having to do all the manual work of removing the ums and the ahs and moving into paragraph form and all that. So there's a little bit of tidying up that happens there, but it's never writing for you. Uh, Sorry, I'm just taking a look at a couple of things over here that I am unsure about. Okay, so what I want to do is let's do it. Okay, let's see what happens with that plan. But basically, what we're trying to do here is speed up the workflow. So I got a lot of guidance on overlaps and redundancies that I want to fix. But what I don't want to do is say, oh, this is in chapter two. Let me click on chapter two and scroll up and down and find what we're looking for. No, that takes too long. So I just want to be able to click to the place in the book where I need to make the change so that I can review what it says and click the second link to say, okay, here's the other place where this is redundant. So um, let me just talk to this for 1 second. We might need to consider um, note pairs for the redundancies that we identify, or maybe triplets or more, like just linking them together so that you can advance from one um, redundant inclusion to the next, so you can make a fast decision about uh, what to eliminate or merge. The thing is talk about AI having a limited context window. Uh, we have a limited context window too, so trying to figure out what out of 80,000 words is acceptable to cut. I don't know how anybody makes those decisions. It takes some kind of discipline that I don't have, and I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to keep going. Get our music back over here.
I love biggest puppets.
Of course, I turn it back on as soon as it's given the commercial again, but that's fine. I do appreciate uh, them for their free stream. All right, so let's see, what do we have? This is going over here, but let me just show you a few other things that we have. I'm going to come back over to the dashboard, and I want to take a look at my fiction book because I have a fiction book that I am going to begin working on. And I was just taking a look at a couple of things because I now have I gotta ask this thing a question because I'm supposed to have the ability to see where my world is for fiction books, my worlds and my characters, and I'm not seeing where that is. I'm supposed to see it. But this book is fiction. I've asked this before and I just don't remember, so you'll have to bear with me. This is my limited context window here at work. I do have the ability to store a lot of information up here, but let me tell you, um, you gotta sort through a lot sometimes. All right, so we've got this, we've got the book pitch. We got the full document editor, the manuscript, the export, the audio, the save snapshot, the complete book, guided tour, collaborators, settings. I am at a loss because I have asked several times to ensure that we have the contents available for a fiction book available in the left sidebar, perhaps between book pitch and outline. I'm not sure, but I do know that we created the ability to start to manage characters and worlds and plot. And all of that is not visible in my interface for this current project that is flagged as a fiction book. There are other categories that are subcategories of fiction that we need to make sure get the same treatment, but I want to have some clarity about why we have this problem when we coded this, and we've talked about this a few times now. Okay. Multitasking. It's not a thing. At least that's what Lovable told us. When it moves the buttons around, you can't be doing two things at once. You got to be watching for that. That's actually, the button moving is not good. They shouldn't move the buttons. I know they're trying to figure out how to put all the tools at our fingertips, but this visual edits thinks I don't ever use that for what it's worth. Okay, so we'll fix that guy and figure out what the hell's going on with my missing stuff that I have coded. But at least for now, we've got all kinds of stuff in here. We can talk to our book. I have used this to find out if I talked about sound rewrite and even put the URL in the book that is about sound rewrite. I did not, so I had to fix that problem. So it's very, all these tools are designed to help you finish your book, and I've had a lot of fun building this. It's inspired me to want to write more books.
the media hub for independent creators.
And over here, this is hydration media. So I might have showed this off before, but just quickly, I'll take you through this. So this project was designed to solve a problem for us. So we have these refill stations. We have 4 of them, and it's not like a big money maker for us to rent these out. We do it as a way to try to get Richmond to stop using plastic, and it's an interesting thing to play with. Outdoor advertising is a different animal altogether, and I'm in marketing and advertising, so it's interesting to me to play in this space, and it is an asset of ours alongside of Channel RVA. So in any event, we have uh, 4 of these, and they each have a filter, and the filters need to be managed. And we have events, and we have logistics, and we have all kinds of stuff that we need to be thinking about. So we built a dashboard to be able to help us manage our fleet. And we are just now getting started in the season. This is the first time that we will be deploying this as a full-blown solution. But I'm very excited about it because we are going to be sending our clients sustainability reports. So if you rent a refill station from us, you will get an email after the event is over indicating that your guests used X amount of water, and that converts to X amount of plastic bottles saved. And that's a super exciting thing for me. This also tells us when we need to um, change our filters. And so as these get used, we will see these numbers deplete. We do have to manually put in the meter readings occasionally. So we have a system set up to be able to do that at either inspection points, maintenance times, or at the beginning and end of any event. And one of the things that we've done is I'm constantly thinking about the amount of time it takes to put information into systems. So if I go and tell you that I'm going to come to this station and log an entry, I have to say, well, first of all, I can actually fix this right now. Right now, whenever I click on log event, oh wait, that's right. From the overview fleet management area, it takes me to a add log event, but it does not have the station selected. I pressed log entry on the station that I intended to log the entry on, and it doesn't work. And this is in part because we have a different system on the dashboard than we have on the stations management tool, which actually is bringing up the information and a modal to be entered in against that station. So that might be a way that we can solve the problem. But in any event, the point is that's the point. It takes too long to put information into that, and while you might want to put it in manually, for whatever reason, maybe you need to, maybe the AI is not working for us. But essentially, what's going to happen is you come here and log the event. You've got to say, okay, is it maintenance? Is it meter reset? Like, what are we doing here? We have to select an event. If there's an event associated with it, put the meter reading in there. I don't need to put the gallons dispensed. I don't know why this is here. I wasn't thinking all the way through when we built this, maybe. And there you have it. Now, what we have done is on the overview page, we have an AI assistant here that will do all kinds of things for us. It can read the database and it can tell us if we have any active rentals, which we don't. And we can do things like, here's a photo of a refill station, and I don't actually have one to load there. And my screen just refreshed because we're inside the Lovable preview. But what that will do for me is I can load an image to this, and um, yeah, this is cool. It tells us a little bit about what we've got going on coming up, and I can log an entry if I wanted to. So you can see in the chat history, I had previously taken a picture and uploaded it. It didn't work that time, and I was working on this more recently, but um, this is how that works. So we can save some time by just taking a picture and uploading the image and letting it analyze the details of the image. It's not ideal. Probably uses a little bit more compute than we need to, but at the same time, I think the other thing that we could do is just talk to it and say, "Hey, I have a refill station for that we just dropped off at this event. Log a entry. The reading was this much." That can be a simple solution, and it's already there. So we have that available to us. Both pathways work. But this is sort of one of the things that you're going to start to see is um, AI assistants inside of your dashboards, inside of your tools that help you process work faster. And this assistant can write to the database. So, that's the one thing that you have to be very mindful of as you build these tools out is if you're going to let AI write to your database, you better have tight control on what it is allowed to write and very strict rules defining that. So, yeah, this is start to the season. So, we don't make a ton of money off of this, as you can see, but we are open for business. So if you need a refill station for your outdoor event here in Richmond, they're about 5 feet tall. They provide plenty of water, so one goes a long way. Talks a little bit about the break-even math here. If you're supplying free water at your events, 1,500 attendees is all it takes to make this a more wiser solution. So we're trying to educate people here, making sure it's clear what it is that you get and what we have. And then if you did want to rent a station, we do have this booking form that you can use to be able to get that going. So that's how that works. This is going to help us out in a big way. We're going to drop this form on our main Richmond Water website so that we can keep trucking and speed up the pace of adoption here. But let's see. Let's talk a little bit about Channel RVA. I'm not going to do this right now. Okay, what I wanted to do is I also have West Broad Studios, which we now have opened. So I'm going to pull that up really quickly, and I'm going to go in, and I recognized today that I had been asleep at the wheel while we were open. I still have a countdown timer on my website. So we're going to give this a little refresh. And I'm going to talk to this for a minute. Okay, sorry, I forgot that I started working on this booking engine a while ago, and I've let it ride. I've been checked out, like I said, for the sidebar layout, full height sidebar. Yeah, we always like a full height sidebar. We don't want to complicate things. All right, so that's going to build. I'm going to go ahead and give this a readout. So one of the things that we forgot about is that we are now open and we have a countdown timer on our website. So we need to officially say that we are open and ready to accept reservations in Studio A. Another thing that I noticed today when I was navigating on my phone, I found that there's a couple of problems. For one, when I go to book from, say, I'm looking at Studio A and I click Book Studio A, I get to the booking engine and it's asking me to select a studio. And from there, I have to scroll down And I'm finding that the chat bot icon is covering up the continue button. So I can't see the continue button, and it's not really easy to see. I feel like it's not intuitive that I need to scroll after selecting my studio. I feel like if I selected my studio, that should be the button click that advances me to the next step. The next thing that I noticed is that when I select a date, it does not actually select that date. It highlights it, but it still has today highlighted. And if I click away, it disappears. When I select recurring, there are no ways to indicate anything at all. Recurring, what? Weekly? Monthly?
You're tuned into channel RVA, the media hub for independent creators. Subscribe
The
at
other thing that
channel
I'm thinking about is that it's
RVA.live.
possible that we could be doing a better job and let people select multiple dates and times. Not sure, but that's my dilemma right now. No matter, yeah. I think right now, choose your setup. I want to hide from the process because there's no way for anybody to know what these things look like right now. So it doesn't, and it's just complicating things. So let's just auto select interview set for now, and we will fix that later. And then just generally speaking, I want to make sure that our homepage is clearly speaking to the fact that we're open. All right, I think that's going to be good for today. Give that a little bit of a refresh. Okay, so we'll move on that. We're done here. And so where is it? I thought that I was going to see it up there on the left-hand side for this book project. It's fiction outline genre. Where is it? It's not there. So every once in a while, you tell me that you fixed something, and I have to tell you like 5 or 6 times that it's not fixed. This is one of those times where I've probably asked for this about 3 times, and so whatever it is that you are identifying as the problem is not the actual problem, and you're not testing to see that you've actually fixed it. I haven't seen you take any screenshots. Um, I don't trust you right now. Sometimes I find that giving it that stern feedback is enough to make it slow down and try to figure out what's going on here. I'm expecting to see something up here, plot or something. I don't know what it's going to call it, but I need something that where I can put the details of my fiction book. I have ready to go. I'm ready to put it in there. I have no place to put it. But that is the struggle, folks. If you're building, expect the AI to not be a human. At the same time, humans make mistakes too, so it's not like we can expect anybody to be perfect, but you'd think that these computers would do a better job. Sometimes it just isn't the case. Let's see what's happening over here. All right, so tell me what to build next. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I was working on this weekend. And you might have watched a little bit of this yesterday, but you haven't seen it to the degree that it is now. So I've been building a game show podcast called the AI Game Show Podcast. And it is in Channel RVA. So it's not a separate project. It is a game show within the website. And I will give you a little bit of a preview of this. So the way that this works is we have our voice bank. So all of the voices that could run on the front end of this. I have, we're going to have to turn off some of these voices because I've got some team members and client voices in here. But in any event, what will happen is we'll manage our seasons over here. So we've got the plan is to have 4 episodes and a finale, and you'll get why that is in just a minute. Not sure what the analytics is for. Oh yeah, this is for voting. We haven't tested voting yet. But the way that this works is, let me actually take you to the front end of this site. It's a little bit easier to see everything. But the way that this works is we have our interface here for our producer. We have our interface for our studio audience or viewing audience. And so this is essentially one of the views that we could show to folks out there in the world as we bring this to market. We're going to edit the show after we film it and stitch it together. So we'll have a lot of different options. Then we also have our player windows over here where we can essentially get people into. I've been having a problem with my camera feed. So that was one of the things that I was working on earlier today, and I don't actually know what ended up happening there. So let me publish this and see if we have any luck. But essentially what's going to happen is the players can see each other up here, and they can see the prompt. They have a voice that they've selected, pre-selected before the session. And then they will have the opportunity to respond to the prompt and keep a conversation going. It's all AI voice. It's all fun. It's all madness, you can say. I'll demo this in just a minute. I'm going to reset my round. And you get some spam on Twitch. Gotta love spam. I get enough spam everywhere else. I don't need your spam on Twitch. Get the hell out of here. All right, so essentially a few different things that I get to do over here. I'm going to pause this guy. Just to give you a few of the sounds. Oh no, sad trombone's not working still. They're really sad about that sad trombone not working. I'll have to fix that. I keep saying I'm going to fix it. I downloaded something earlier. It wasn't right. I had to edit it. Then that file type wasn't right, and I have to convert it. And so let's see, free M4A to MP3. Uh, Apple really likes to mess with your world. They want to use their own file types for everything, and I don't need your file types, Apple. I like my universal file types, the non-proprietary stuff. All right. So we've got our little sad trombone. We'll put that in there because that's what everybody paid for. Let's just um, we'll come back to that build plan later. But yeah, when you're up here, you're playing the game. We're going to go ahead and reveal this for the audience. And here's my prompt. And I have a, oh, I don't have a way. Oh, that's the studio audience. Here, this is my player right here. So I would say, hey, my beer would be so much better. And then I send this up, and then the production.
Hey, my beer would be so much better. Want to hear about it?
And every player is submitting this constant stream of responses to the prompt. Now we're going to simplify this prompt. This is too long to read, so we need to uh, tweak the gameplay a little bit, and then we're going to have some rules that we introduce into this. But I can give people little sound effects and laughter, whatever we think is important. Need to get some more sound effects in there, but that is the vibe. Now, here's what's going to happen with this. What I'm really excited about with this game is this is being designed for our internal use so that we can produce this podcast, game show podcast, and that's because Channel RVA is creating original content. That's part of our job, and we want to push the limits with regard to how we create and how we can find interactive spaces for people. And now I have now somebody earlier today on my team was telling me about a game engine that this reminded them of, and they said that they like those games a lot, but that this is still new and different from what they have over there. So I'll have to go get the name of that. But I didn't set out to build games, but I did set out to create a space that entertains people. And I'm very much interested in producing content, original content. But I do believe that in order for you to win today, you have to be really pushing the limits and changing how you go about all of this, what it is that you go to market with. And I'll stop this round here so you can hear. So this has been a lot of fun to play with, and I think there will be more that goes into this eventually. But what we're going to do is, after we start to record our episodes and actually take this live for Channel RVA and go through the process of getting people to vote on the content as it streams, we're also going to be thinking about how we can convert this to a game that can be played by people anywhere, anytime, live, recorded, however they want to share that with the world. So there's opportunity to take this beyond what it is right now. It certainly has a life beat outside of Channel RVA, but that's some of the fun of this is trying to figure out, well, what would I do? How would I build this? What business would it look like if it turned into a business? And I'm kind of just building for fun, and so I don't expect that all of this is going to be a business. I think that if I'm attracting people to our company so that we can help them build, that's good enough for me. And that is happening. So That's the good news. But I'm also, one thing I can tell you, more important than anything I can ever tell you, is that by building, I'm learning. And so the more I continue to build this stuff out, the more I find out what's possible for my clients, and the more I can help them achieve their dreams and stand out from their competition. I had a client call earlier today, and we're talking about building something really cool for them, and we are going to build something really cool for them. But it is a question of what are we going to build, and we have some concept. We have good structure started already, but there is ever more ideas that we can inject into this initiative, and we will continue to inject more ideas into this initiative. But the place that I'm arriving at and some of the tools that I'm building right now are designed to help me recognize, well, they're designed to help me in the flow of our business as it evolves, and as I recognize that websites are no longer something you build one time and just provide a little bit of support around, but they are living, breathing organisms that have the need to be more competitive on a continual basis. It doesn't happen every 3 years anymore. It is, what new feature can we introduce today that's going to make our consumers' lives easier? Um, or how are we going to use it to create community and leverage that community in some kind of way to extract commercial value, if you will? That's sort of what I'm doing with Channel RVA. I mean, I have my daily newsletter. I've got, thank you, 14 people who've signed up. If you have not signed up, go over to channelrva.com. And if you're in Richmond, if you're not in Richmond, you might not care. Or maybe you'll find out that that Richmond is the place that you want to move to. Who knows? So I dropped that in the chat there so you can make sure that you get that link. If you're ever on LinkedIn, you'll just have to go to the web browser and type channelrva.com, because I cannot push my messages up to LinkedIn. But as we wrap up our day, I just wanted to encourage you, if you are doing the same thing that you were doing last year, maybe do something different. The world is not waiting for you to jump on board. Things are changing rapidly right now. Companies are changing, jobs are changing, economies are changing. Expect more change, but take control. Get in the driver's seat and build something for yourself. Learn that this is not outside of your ability, it is for everybody. We're going to continue to share that message at AI Ready RVA to those folks here in the Richmond community. If you're not familiar with AI Ready RVA, please go over to aireadyrva.com and explore our memberships. Take a look at our events. You do not need to be a member to be an attendee at our many events. And there's something being built over here just about every single day. So there's a lot that we have to go with here. There's a lot more to build in this community, and we are doing it with people, but we are building technology to support us along the way. And so one thing that I want to point your attention to on this website is an upcoming event here called the Power of Possibility. That's on April 1st. This is a must-attend event. Go check out this page to learn a little bit more about what we did last year, how we got 450 people in this room. It took about 2 months to plan this event, and Richmond said yes. So we're doing it again, going bigger. And this is definitely something that you do not want to miss. We are sold out of expo tables. Check that out. I would tell the people over AI Ready RVA we probably should avoid the emojis, but we will I'll get that. I'll get that handled. It's off-brand. It's off-brand. But these are the things. This is why we all work together, right? Not everybody is that brand champion that's working hard to make sure that everything is hunky-dory there. But come over and see us here. We're going to have a table set up. We're going to show a little bit about our vibe coding. We're going to show a little bit about our agency. I don't even bring this guy up here, but this is where we make all the money. So we are constantly helping people grow their presence in AI and generate more visibility for their brand. Lots of different ways that we go about that, so you can learn more at exponent21.com. We're proud to sponsor the Power of Possibility, and we're proud to have an expo table at that event. This event will sell out. It sold out last year. We've made a little bit more room this year, so we're going to have some more capacity. But this event, you guys in Richmond have been waiting until the last minute to buy your tickets for things, and this ticket prices go up on this as time passes. So I know it says that there's 387 tickets, but that is not true. That's going to be zapped. So let's see. This is more tickets than we even have available for capacity. So I can tell you that these numbers are wrong. We'll have to fix that. But yeah, get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. April 1st. It is no joke, folks. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you guys about? So lots changing. You should be building. Lots of things to build with. Oh, one more thing I want to show you guys. Here's something new. Workflow Auditor. So I started to build a bot, or I built a bot that is set to run a schedule some new opportunities for us. So the workflow, the social media auto syndication. I think that we already have some social features somewhere in here. At least I thought we did, but maybe we didn't finish building them out. And I don't even know how this works. I think this is just going to be. I don't think we ever even connected this. So, yeah, let's keep taking a look through here. So we got social media auto syndication, hyperlocal alert system, notifies specific citizen journalists via email or push notification when news breaks in their zip code or neighborhood. Okay. Missing pipelines, editorial review pipeline, a workflow for staff or lead journalists to review, edit. I don't actually, I think I've built some of these things already, so I think it's maybe a little confused. Scraping just. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We've done this already. Why are you recommending things that we've already done? This doesn't make sense. Okay. Trending top local topic identifier. We'll come back to that one. Okay. So we're going to wrap up here in just a minute, but I'm going to give a quick prompt over here. I noticed that the workflow auditor is recommending things that we already have. I see several things inside of here, like the social media auto syndication is recommended, but we have already started on this. The hyperlocal alert system, I thought that we gave people the opportunity to sign up for alerts already in the subscription system.
You're tuned into channel RVA, the media hub for independent creators. Subscribe at channelrva.com.
The editorial review pipeline is something that we have also built. The AI content draft generator is also built. We don't have a trending local topic identifier necessarily. There were some good ideas in there, I will say, but I think we need to address that problem. Somebody earlier suggested that we scan the RVA subreddit on a regular basis for story ideas. We have gotten some story ideas from Reddit from users already, so that could be an interesting thing to do. Let's see if there's a way that we can build that and add it to the feed hub as a. We'll put it in the newswire section. And then what I want to do is see if that those items are making their way over to the roadmap, because they should be. And I can say that that's not happening. So in the workflow auditor, whenever I toggle something as on, or whatever that toggle is, it doesn't seem to make any sense that it's a toggle. Thought the idea was that we were going to promote those things to the product roadmap for development. I will say that these work plans are pretty sparse, though, so we would need to have another transformation that takes place. So if you're wondering what it is that I'm doing here, I'm trying to initiate a workflow automation. This is one of the things that you're going to start to see a little bit more of into the future. But what I'm doing right now is I'm building a manual workflow first to assess the ability of the workflow. That's what I'm doing with the editor's desk, the story queue. So I'll just take you through the process on that. And I have some stories that I need to process. So we'll take this Mark Warner story. I've got the source here. I need to organize my sources and get my notes populated here, leveraging AI to read that article and extract facts and put some instructions in here. Like, we need to make sure that we flag that's external, and we need to give credit to those folks. The draft stage is it's leveraging my editorial standards that we have established to be able to effectively draft good content. It's already here citing our source in the very beginning of the article, so we give them credit. We can save that draft. I'm going to come over here to review. I'm going to run a quick AP check on this. Now, what's going to happen at the end of the day is once this is making me happy on a consistent basis and I get high scores on our AP runs, I'm going to go ahead and let these things go over automatically based on some other sourcing criteria. It might be that I just say add it to the queue, it gets automated from there. So that one submitted, we're accepting it. I'm going to reject that one. We did that yesterday. I do have yeah, I think I did that story yesterday. So yeah, I did. All right. So story queue. Yeah, nothing left to prompt there, but essentially, I have to, the service to my audience here. I have to make sure that I'm taking care of the details and making sure that we're not cutting any corners. We are leveraging AI to do some of this work, and some people might feel a kind of way about that, but we're an upstart, so we are bootstrapping it. And as we start to develop our revenue streams, we will hire people to run this business. And you cannot do a business like this without people. So Just keep that in mind. We're not trying to circumvent people with this. We're trying to be smarter about how we go about it so that we have the tools we need to be efficient and effective, get stories to people faster, compete in the media business. It's tough to do. You got everybody out there is a journalist these days. So um, that's what I'm doing. And so you have a little bit more insight into my thinking on. Uh, yeah, let's check out what we have here. I'm going to refresh our Newswire leads because we now should have um, some subreddit details coming into this. Fetched 0 new items. Is it someplace else? Oh, I think I have to go over here and ingest the feed first. uh, it should have done this for me. But that's why it didn't ingest. That's why it took too long. AI could have done that for me. Could have done the job for me. Oh well. Get back up to the editor's desk and see what we have now. So it fetched 4 new things, but still no new Reddit things. So let's go back to the feed hub one more time. And I don't seem to have a way to refresh the sources or sync the sources on Newswire because we're not seeing any RVA subreddit stories in the Newswire leads. Michael, you've got a track record here, man. I don't know that you've missed one. We're going to wrap this up here today. So go over to studio.willmelton.com. I forget to do this today. This is a channel RVA production, but I've got my whole collection of apps over here. I have to add a couple of things to this, but I keep saying that I have to do that, and then I leave this session and I don't do it. But you can see all my builds, all my previous live sessions are in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and give that a quick refresh so that we know that we're up to date there. It looks like we are. And one of the things that you can do while you're here is you can find out how you can support me by becoming a referral partner and subscriber. We're going to build a lot of stuff this year. Can't believe I'm up to 20 episodes already. But getting to the end of the Monday Energy stream. So I want to sign off here. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope to see you again on Saturday at 1 p.m. That's the next time I'll go live. I go live on Saturday at 1, Sunday at 10, Monday at 5:30. That's a wrap, folks. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good evening.